Boys and girls, here we are. Beautiful day to be alive. Beautiful day to be on the lake. A beautiful day to go fishing. And when I say beautiful, I mean like it is legitimately beautiful here in East Tennessee. We had a low in the high 50s last night. We have highs in the mid 60s today. It is just a beautiful, beautiful spring day. We're finally getting some like spring weather. We're getting out of the cold. We're getting out of the rain. And what that means is I'm gonna have a lot of fish that have decided to move up shallow. They've decided to make some babies, and it's gonna be really, really cool to see what happens there, because last week I came out here actually on the same stretch of the lake that I'm on right now, and unfortunately didn't have the GoPro with me because we were doing a monster bass shoot. And so I found some stuff, and I literally looked at Sam and I was like, I want to go expand on that. And so that's what we're going to go do today. We're going to go expand on it. We're going to go see if we can kind of refine some of these fish that I found, get on some of these pre-spawn, spawn, bed makers, the males, the females, because what was wild, Striper, what was wild is that I found some males on beds that were 3.5 to 4 pounds, and the females that were with them were twice as big as they were. So you're talking 6 and 7 pound females that have moved up, and that's kind of what happens. That first round of fish that moves up here in East Tennessee, they're oftentimes really, really big ones. And so we're going to go see if we can intercept some of those today. And really today is a two-pronged plan, two-lake plan. I want to fish half a day where I'm at, go to another lake, pick up Dad, and go fish the other half of the day there, and just kind of expand on a bunch of ideas that I have, see where these fish are at, get an idea of what's going on, because it's not going to be too long now, and I'm going to be out of school, and I'm going to have to stay on some fish the entire time I'm out. And that's the fun part about being a teacher, having a summer break off, is I got 2 months to just figure fish out, figure out what's going on. But hey, do me a favor. YouTube's sucking right now. They do this every single May. I don't know why they do it, but like they go through this big like purge in the algorithm and like get rid of subscribers, and they make sure that videos don't do well for some reason. I don't know. Every single year it happens to me at least. So go hit that like button, go hit that subscribe button if you have not. Also go leave me a comment, that helps out. But the biggest thing is share this video with somebody you think will like it. Share it on Twitter, share it on Instagram, share it on Facebook. Just text it to your buddy, your grandma, your dog. I don't care who it is, what it is. Go do that for me. It'll really, really help me out. But all that being said, I'm glad you guys are taking time out of your day to come hang out with me to watch this video. I'm going to shut up. I'm going to put a wacky rig in my hand, and we're going to see what we can get done. So last week when I was here, there was a pair of big bedding fish right here. Unfortunately, hooked the female and she came off, but that being said, it doesn't mean that she's not moved back up here. The bed, the waters came up, so I can't see the bed like I could see it before, but the bed was right there. Was that him? Nope, that's a stick. I was about to say, that wasn't fighting back, but the bed was right in that area, right on the end of that tree, and she was really aggressive. I pitched in there one time, and there she is. Yep, that's her. Yeah, that's a good fish. Okay. And she came back, so there you go. Figured she was here. Fish is extremely aggressive. Big female, I would think. Yeah, there she is. Come here. Got her. All right. Heck yeah. Whale. Definitely not as big as I thought she was, but still a really good fish nonetheless. There you go. Look at her with her lipstick on. That is such a pretty fish, man. I don't know if that's actually the female, because I hooked the female last week and she was a lot bigger than that. What's wild is that fish has got that lipstick on, like a fish I did catch last week, and he's not spraying or anything, so that might or might not be the female. I'm not sure, but either way, absolutely gorgeous fish. Look at her. We'll get her back in the water. Thanks, buddy. That was either the female that I missed, which again I don't think it is, because I hooked the female, which was a much bigger fish, and she didn't have the black lips. The black lips were the indicator there for me that was that other fish. I clearly remember that fish having that black lipstick on, and you just don't see like very unique markings like that on a ton of fish. But female either has done her duty and moved off, or when I hooked her, it just kind of spooked her. And sometimes that'll happen. Like you'll just, you'll spook those fish, and especially those big females, man, when you hook them, they just leave. But yeah, she either moved back up there, dropped her eggs, and that male was defending that bed, and or I spooked her the other day when I hooked her. But either way, that's pretty funny that I was able to go back, catch that same exact male, because usually largemouth are a lot more finicky than smallmouth. And they don't like to play like the smallmouth do, where they'll eat, several different times. But really, really cool nonetheless. We're going to keep fishing here for just a minute, and then we're going to kind of start expanding on some different things that I found a little bit further down the lake. This is more up lake kind of deal, so these fish are going to be a little bit more behind than those fish down the lake. So you just got to keep on fishing, boys. Keep on fishing.
Well, I was talking to Daddy this morning, and he had a point. He said, no matter what you get right now.
There we go. There we go. Yep, yeah, okay. Hold on a second.
What?
I got a fish hook.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Talking about turkeys. I don't really care about the turkeys. I care about this little fish right here. He's pretty though.
Tell me when you're ready to care about turkeys again.
Okay. I'm now ready to care about turkeys again. What a cluster. There we go though. Little chunk natty dude. That's what I get for not taking my time. I was heading on to the next dock, and that old boy said, no you're not. There's like one fish per dock.
How deep is the water on the dock?
I mean, there's another one. There's a good one. Yeah, that's a better one. Probably 2.5 feet. Like real shallow. And I mean, he's not with me right now. I just caught another one. That one's probably 1.5 pounds. So, you boys run down lake or what?
Taney Creek right now.
Oh, okay. Come on. Come out of there. God, if I land this fish, it's going to be a miracle. There you go. Heck yeah. What a pretty fish. That's awesome, man. All right, boys. All righty. That is what I am talking about. The fact that I landed that fish is a freaking miracle. I don't know if you guys saw that absolute cluster of a fish fight there, but he had me wrapped around every post in that dock, and he was hung up on the dock and in the bottom of the dock, and just freaking, that was wild. That's funny. But yeah, so doing well. I don't know, like I want to leave and go check this other lake, but all at the same time I don't want to leave and go check this other lake because I know there's fish to be caught here. But the problem is the way this dock bite sets up, it's like there's very specific docks that they want to be on, and you can only run so many of them before you like run out of them and literally have to run completely down the lake. It's a very weird deal in the fact that it's very like certain places, certain stretches, very target oriented kind of deal. And you know, I don't know, I mean, but I told Dad we'd go meet him at 12. Or I was going to try to leave here at 12:30, so meet him at like 1:30. So I've got probably another hour before I need to get out of here. I'm going to kind of fish the rest of these docks and these more productive docks that usually have fish on them, and then I am going to go put her on the trailer and we're going to go to lake number 2 for the day. But interesting. Just the old black General getting it done again. It's funny, this little bait is just a fish catcher for me, straight up and down, just a fish catcher. Oh, that's fun. Shouldn't have boat flipped that one. Yep, come here. Stop. Stop it. There we go. Well, that's freaking fun. There's my limit. It's literally what I wanted to do right there, was catch my limit. Let's get at you, bud. Thank you, sir. Well, there's limit number 1 on lake number 1. I know what you're asking yourself, Alex. Why would you leave lake number 1 to go to lake number 2? Well, pretty much I'm going to meet Dad is what I'm going to do. Dad's going to go meet me on this other lake. It's a little bit closer to the house. But the second reason is there is a 225 boat high school bass fishing tournament on this lake that I did not know about, as well as a 75 boat club tournament at this ramp that's just right to my left here, and then no telling what's going on down the lake. And so I've been playing like kind of jockey in position with people. I'm sure you've seen in the background of the video all day long, people just all around me. But hey, I caught them. You know, people were around. It was a very busy lake, a lot of pressure on the lake, but the fish are eating. And I'll be honest, I've not seen a ton of people that have had the spinning rod in their hands. I think a lot of people are still focusing on trying to power fish for them. And I'll be honest, there's just something that happens this time of year, and I've talked about it in these videos before, that they start to shift to that more finesse stuff. And unfortunately, I've had to get better at it, and fortunately I have got a lot better at it over the past couple of years. You know, really locking a spinning rod in my hand and learning that bite and learning how to really capitalize on that. But I'm gonna make the run back up the lake. Probably got about a 5-10 minute run back to the boat ramp. We're gonna put her on the trailer, and then we are going to meet Dad at lake number 2, and we're gonna see what we can get done. So we will see you guys at lake Dos in just a minute. All right, so here we go. Lake number 2, picked up the old man. We're gonna see what we can get done. I know you appreciate when I call you an old man, don't you?
Yeah, I love it.
Very endearing, very endearing. I'm a very endearing person if you didn't know that. But yeah, here we are. Lake number 2, essentially the same plan as before, except for no docks this time. I mean, we will fish some docks eventually, but I'm checking out this one pocket first. A lot of laydowns, a lot of things like that. Looking for bed and fish. This is a lake that you can bed fish on pretty easily. And this time last year, I came in here and hammered down on them with a Cinco, just casting up under these trees when I was in the old kayak. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna keep the old General in the hand, skip this thing around, and see if we can catch us a few basses. This one. He came back for it. A little bit better one. There you go.
Yeah, they're starting to heat back up. That's only 5, 2.5 pounders, dude.
Heck yeah. I barely got him hooked too. Look at that. That's right there is what you call a skin hook. Heck yeah. Golly, you mean ass thing, quit.
Yeah, there you go.
He's strung out though, man. I mean that fish, if I was a betting man, I'd say that's a
buck.
A buck, but he's like, you know, a little post spawn. It's like he's not 8. Kill.
What'd you catch that on?
The old baby bass Berkeley General.
Fish bite.
And don't let go.
No, we need to sit here a while, but we're lazy.
Dude, look at this dude. He's freaking out.
He's not answering me.
Oh, that's funny. There you go.
Yeah, let's keep going back in there. Hell, they're all
Look at that. That was freaking wicked. Did you see that fish come up and eat that thing?
That's a good one, boy.
That was awesome, dude.
They're loaded in this pocket, ain't they?
Uh-huh. That was wicked. He swam off that tree and was like, I'll take that. That's fun, man. You know, I spoke too soon. Over here, well, Lake One's probably, Lake One's doing better than Lake Two. I mean, size-wise, but they're starting to turn on now, dude. Late afternoon, it's kind of when they're wanting to do it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Like always, it's a few, like 5 days later since you guys watched that video that you just watched. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Had a ton of fun on the water with Dad. Put quite a few quality fish in the boat, and honestly that was kind of a pre-fish for a tournament that I got coming up, kayak tournament actually, and just kind of wanted to go see if I could find those fish on the first lake. Second lake was honestly just more get out there and enjoy on the water. But we're going to get into the beer barn here, and we're going to break down what I was throwing it on, and kind of just do a review of the day. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about what I was throwing it on to catch the fish that I did, and it's kind of the whole day as a whole. So the whole day as a whole was just a really fun day. Had to catch them all on finesse gear. Obviously, you guys saw, caught the first couple on the old Deadly Nedley. I was throwing a 3/16 ounce Strike King Ned heads, the tour grade Ned head, I believe is what it's called, with a Strike King Ocho on the back. Moon Juice was just a little bit of chartreuse. Throwing that on essentially the same setup that I got here. It's a Lew's 7-foot medium moderate fast action TP1X rod. Really awesome rod for the price point, 99 bucks, can't beat it. And then on my Ned rig rod I have the Lew's Mock Smash 200 size, but on here I have the KVD. Obviously both are 200 size, 20-pound braid to a 8-pound fluorocarbon leader on the Ned rig. The only difference with this rod is I have a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. But that's what I caught the first couple fish on. You know, that first fish came off of that bed. Like I said, I had found it the week before, wanted to go back and see if it was still there, and lo and behold, there that dude sat on that bed. And I'll be honest, I got something really crazy that I think happened with that fish. I'm pretty sure I caught that fish, put him in the well for our monster bass shoot, took him about 2 miles up the river, and I believe that same exact fish swam back down and got on that bed. I'm going to confirm this. I've texted Sam, the guy who did all the photography and videography for that shoot, to get the pictures of the fish, and I'm going to compare them to what I got in this video to see if they are the same fish, and I will be back to you guys with that answer. If that is the truth, that's probably one of the craziest things that I have personally ever seen with a bass, that catch them, take them somewhere, and then they come back to that area like an extended distance, like 2.5 miles. Really crazy. All that aside, we'll get back to that. We'll return to that one of these days when I get all that information collected. All the rest of the fish I caught on the old wacky rig. I was wacky rigging a Berkeley General in Max Scent. The first lake I threw all black the whole entire time. The second lake I threw this little baby bass color just like this. Throwing that on a very special hook that if you guys have not checked out, you need to. I absolutely love it. It is the Owner Nico Finesse hook, the Sniper Nico Finesse hook, as I believe is what it's called, and it is a #1 size little Nico rig hook. But my buddy Mr. Benjamin Nowak turned me onto this thing and started using it on wacky rigs, and it has completely changed wacky rig fishing for me. I have not lost, knock on wood, I have not lost any fish on a wacky rig other than breaking them off since I've got this hook. And it is just a really awesome little hook. Obviously an Owner, so it's super sticky. I'll have them linked down below, go check them out. But yeah, so wacky rigging, the General on that little hook, 10-pound fluorocarbon leader, Same exact setup as what I talked about before, except for the 10-pound fluorocarbon leader being the only difference. And essentially, I was just targeting areas where I know fish should be spawning, and around those docks that I was fishing is those type of areas. And then on the second lake, you know, the backs of those pockets, those big flat areas, is what those fish like to get on. And I was really kind of looking for pockets and docks that have a more sandy, kind of gravelly bottom, this kind of stuff that bass like to make beds on. And you know, I think the second lake I was intercepting some males who were getting ready to spawn. I think I intercepted some females that had already spawned. And I think, just like every single year and every experience that I've had up to this point here in the great state of East Tennessee, that, you know, these fish are coming in all kinds of different waves, and they're going to come all in different waves. So you'll have some that are spawning, pre-spawn, post-spawn. They'll just be everywhere in between. But really good day fishing. Great day of practice for the kayak tournament that I've got coming up, and that will be probably the next video that you guys see. Nope, I've got a shad spawn video coming out that you guys are going to love, and then the next video after that will be the kayak tournament, which let's hope it goes really, really well. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. Questions and comments, you know where to go leave them. All that I talked about will be linked down in the description. Go use those links. They help me out. They are Tackle Warehouse affiliate links. But as always, you guys are sweet. Thank you for watching.